I mean, they generated some good chances on that second line. We certainly talked about it a lot. Do you need to see a little more north-south from Aaron? I mean, he's not quite passing up shots maybe like he is.
Yeah, no, he makes great plays for us, and he's a real good playmaker. And you know, you got to be careful. I mean, he's not the guy that drives the net, and that's not his job. And he's great at his role for our team, and so it's a fine line, and you know, getting going to the net. But again, I guess if you look at last night's game alone, we needed more of that from everybody, to be totally honest with you. The North-South game, we needed more of it. We needed more people around that blue paint, and we just didn't get enough of it. And I mentioned it last night. I mean, they were the hungrier team last night. For whatever reason, I mean, like you said, we talked about the records coming into the game, and you knew they were going to be hungry, and they were more involved in the battle than we were last night.
We're going to see that again tomorrow, too. Another team that's lost a couple.
Yeah, but we weren't happy with ours too. I think they lost 4 in a row, St. Louis, somebody said, and they're a good team. I mean, last time we played them in our building, it was a real good game, and then we found a way I think in the third period we got 2 or 3 against them. But
some of those things you're talking about, is that part of the reason that you like Dryden Hunt playing with those guys? Do you think he's going to bring some of those north-south elements?
yeah, he got a big goal last night. It was good to see him break the little goose egg he had for a while. But he plays hard and he competes hard, and you know that's a big part of it. I mean, down the road, what are we, 6, 7 weeks away, and hopefully get into a chance to get into a playoff spot, and you know, get into the playoffs. But that's the type of hockey it's going to be. You're going to have to be working hard and competing hard and going to those blue paints. And we all, you know, it's too early to talk about playoff hockey, but when you talk about it, that's the way the game is. That first round is about competing and battling and getting to those areas. And
is that what you're looking for too? The young guys that you've been playing in the bottom 6, you know, some of them have been coming in and out. They've all kind of gotten opportunities.
yeah.
You're looking for somebody to establish themselves, I'm sure. But are those principles? Is that the main thing you're looking for?
No, definitely. That's their roles. Consistency, doing that stuff, finishing them checks in the forecheck, and definitely, I mean, you got your top-end players like every team has, but when you're playing in the bottom 6 in that group, you got to make sure you're doing the right things, and you know, forechecking, aggressive, bagging bodies, going to the blue paint, doing all the little things.
You have players though in that bottom 6. I mean, you have players that are that, but some of those guys might not be suited to that, right? So if you look at your team, I mean, is he a straight up and down guy?
He works at, we talked about it, he works at an overall game. There's no different than, I mean, you talk about Phil, is he more set for a second-line player? Probably, you know, but he's young. We're pretty good in the second and first line, so it's just take advantage of the opportunity he got. Right now he's playing on the so-called third line in the middle, you know, and again, we've got a lot of guys out with injuries right now, so the lines are to make up that they could be. So guys are filling in, they're doing the best they can, they're working hard. You know, overall, I've been pretty satisfied with it for the most part. Last night was a little disappointing, but overall, it's been good.
What are you seeing from Morgan Barrett?
Not much the last couple. No, Morgan's a good kid. Again, he's developing. He hasn't played many pro games. He's worked hard. He's in great shape. It's an NHL game. When he's in there, some shifts he has real good, and other shifts he looks like he's a little in awe of it. So he's growing in the game like all the young players do, and it takes time, and he'll get another opportunity sooner or later, and just keep playing. But we're not disappointed in him just because he's not playing games right now.
You want him to stay up with the team, please?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know the position we're in. We got a lot of guys hurt, and like I said, I like when he's playing games. It's great, but again, you still develop when you're skating out there and practice with the guys and being around NHL players. So it's not hurting him. It's not like he's sitting there for 20 games in a row or something like that.
Speaking of guys who are hurt, you see Sammy's on this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got him from St. Louis, so this is special for him to come back here.
Yeah.
But just overall, from the team perspective, why did you guys bring him on this trip, and what can you tell us?
I have no idea why he came on the trip besides being back in St. Louis. I mean, it's nice. He's rehab's going well, and it's probably a good break for him. He probably asked to come on the trip, and I'm sure Chris and the staff said, yeah, come on the trip and you know, be around the guys, because it's pretty lonely when you're hurt for a long time like that and you're not around your teammates. So I'm sure that's all it is, you know. But he's getting good medical attention here, and he's getting his rehab here, so I think it's great.
Has he been skating by himself?
I don't know if it's at that point. I have no idea. Honestly, I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
When you're playing a team that you just faced like relatively in a short period of time, does that make it any easier to prepare, and how much do you focus on that last game?
Yeah, no, it's big focus in the last game. I mean, we know their team. They're a skilled team. They're probably not as heavy as they were a couple of years ago, but they're still they're a faster team. They're a quick team. You look at their lineup, it's depth right through it. Very talented team. So they're going through a rough patch here like most teams do, but again, it's going to be a battle tomorrow night. They're trying to get points there in a tight playoff chase like everybody else, and it should be a good game. I mean, I like their team. They're character guys. They won a cup a few years ago, and they're going to be ready to go.
With one more, Ryan Reeves, I know you said it was just a matchup thing last night.
Yeah.
But I know you like him as a player. Like, can he be a guy that you can use in a top six role once in a while, or is that just like a one-time?
Well, no. I mean, he's done it a couple of times this year. Went up for a few shifts and that. No, that's not his role. That's not I mean, I put him there because they had Foligno, Greenway, and it was a pretty big physical line against Mika's line. So I just wanted to give them guys a little bit more room. So, do you do it the odd time? Yes. But is it going to be a big thing? No, it's not going to happen a whole lot.